All my viewers all over the world, I'm saying good evening to everybody. I'm from Nigeria, Master BCMTV from Nigeria. Master BCMTV from Nigeria. We are now in the night in Nigeria. This is 11:30 in the night. That is Nigeria time. Nigeria, West Africa, Africa continent. Master BCMTV on YouTube. As you enter one by one, help us share the video out so that many people can be able to gain this tutorial. They can be able to benefit from this tutorial. Let me share the video out so that many people can benefit. Barbers, stylists, proprietor, barber engineers, the whole public can gain advantage of this tutorial. If you have been watching my video since and you have not subscribed, you are a lucky person. You have been watching my video since, but you don't know how to subscribe. I will teach you tonight. You are a lucky person. This one is the first time you are watching my video. You don't know how to subscribe. You are going to subscribe now. I'm going to teach you, then you follow me up. Then I'll first tell you the advantages of to subscribe and to press the notification button. When you subscribe to my channel, you get certain advantages. You will be the number one to be seeing the videos. You will be the number one to be seeing the shorts. You will be the number one to be seeing me when I'm on live. Anytime I come on live, either you know, you do not know. Immediately you on your phone, the notification is coming to you straight. The Master BCM TV is on live. So you have to know. It's on that must. Those are number 3 ones. Then we still have more important things, advantages. Subscribe to the channel. You can get the access to go back to the main channel. There you can watch all the videos in the channel. You can make comments. You can reply to comments. You can share. You can download. You can remix. You see, we have many advantages there. That is why I always beg you to subscribe to the channel. And at the same time, when you are searching for a film, after you have watched the live, you off your phone, you hold it back, you want to go back to the channel, it is very, very easy to go back when you have subscribed. Yeah, the notification will be there. It is easy to go back. No need to search too much before you see Master BCM TV. But if you don't subscribe, you have to miss different type of videos. You have to miss different type of videos. And this is a tutorial on how to sharpen the clipper blade varieties, different types. This is a tutorial on how to sharpen different type of stones. Logically, technically, professionally, okay. So we have many advantages you can gain when you subscribe to this channel. Then, after you watch this video finish, make sure you rewatch, subscribe, press the notification button. Subscribe and notification button is only one time. If you have done it before, it is only one time. For lifetime, it's only one time. Now you get access to go back to the main channel where you can go and watch previous videos. I'm not saying old video, previous. They are all valuable, evergreen video, everlasting. You watch them and gain almost every day by day, every time by time. That is why I'm saying, if you want to learn how to sharpen clipper blade very well, you don't want to know much about the stones, subscribe to Master BCM TV and be watching our videos. You go to the live, go and watch the lives, watch the video, watch the shorts. Yeah, I've opened many videos down for you to watch. Our tutorial for today is why do you place your thumb? Let me use the left thumb for you to see it very well. You can zoom out for you to see it. You can zoom out. Why did you place your thumb at the center of the blade for sharpening? What is the reason? What is the reason that can make you place your thumb by the center of the blade for sharpening and you get your sharpening correct? This is for the bottom clipper blade. What can make you to place your thumb, sharpening thumb, on the center of the blade for sharpening and to get accuracy in your sharpening? Why? Why did you place your thumb by the center? All the tutorial I've been giving since, I always talk about this side and the other side. I've never talked about the center. Though there are some videos I talk about the center, that is incorrection. Yeah, that's why I'm saying subscribe to the channel, press the notification button, go and watch the previous videos. There are many there. And try to join the membership for you to see valuable videos too again. Why did you place your thumb at the center of blade for easy sharpening? Why did you place your thumb at the center of the blade for easy sharpening to achieve your aim? Yeah, it is a very important question which we need to elaborate, which we need to expand, to explain very well. You can see that since I've been doing my tutorial, I always talk about the side. Let me show you now. I place my pointer like this. You divide the blade into 2. You divide it into 4. Then you now take another pointer. You calculate from the center here to the side here. You find your center here where you place your thumb. Then from the center here to this side, you find your center where you place your thumb. You can see it. Likewise, on the bigger blade too, you divide it into 2. You divide it into 4. From the center here to the side, you find your center here to place your thumb. From the side here to the center here, you find your center here to place your thumb. That is what I always say. I've been saying it, even today I've said it. I've did about 2 or 3 tutorials today that I talk about it. But now I'm telling you that why is it compulsory for you now, as somebody want to sharpen clipper blade successively? Why is it compulsory that you must have to place your thumb by the center of the blade only? You won't place your thumb by the side here. You won't place it by the side here. It is only the center. You start your sharpening from the center. You finish it from that center. You start your sharpening from the center here. You finish it by the center. And let me tell you one thing. When you want to sharpen your clipper blade and you place your thumb by the center of the blade, you are not going to divide your stone into 2 again. The way I used to describe for you before, that when you want to sharpen the half part of the blade here, you divide your stone into 2. You use one side to sharpen it. When you want to sharpen the other side here, you use the remaining part of the stone to sharpen the other side. That system is not work for it again. That system is not working for placing your thumb by the center. When you place your thumb by the center for sharpening, only the center, that system of dividing the stone into 2 does not work again. It does not work again. It cannot work. It cannot work because you only place your thumb in one place, not in 2 places for sharpening. Only one place. You place your thumb here till you finish your sharpening. That is where you are going to place your thumb. Either the upper clipper blade or the bottom clipper blade. Let's just take note very well. That is why I'm telling you that sharpening of clipper blade, I'm talking about my own studio. I'm not talking generally. And anything I tell you in my studio is working for me, everlasting working for me. I rely on them. They never fail me, and they can never fail because I've done a lot of researches on them. I've worked them out. They have been serving me several years ago before I now be putting it into the tutorials. I did not discover those methods now. I've discovered them for a long period of time, almost 20-something years ago. I've discovered all this method. I'm now bringing them out one by one for the whole public to benefit from it. Normally, when you want to sharpen your clipper blade, when you divide your clipper blade into two, you divide it into four, you place your hand by one side for sharpening, you place your hand by the other side for sharpening. When you divide your back clipper blade into two, you divide your, you place your thumb on one side for sharpening, you place your thumb on the other side for the sharpening, then you divide your stone into two. Half part of the stone will carry half part of the blade will be going on the half part of the stone. But now I'm telling you that you need, it's compulsory now. It is very, very compulsory. You place your thumb by the center from the beginning to the end of the sharpening. When you place your thumb by the center, when you start your sharpening, if it's going to take you 100 times to go to and fro 10 times, you check, to and fro 10 times, you check, it's going to take you 100 times, your thumb will always be by the center. It must not be by the side here. It must not be by the other side. It must not be in the front. It must not be in the back. The center of the blade. And you believe me, this is the center. As I've worked it out for you the other time, this is the center. When you turn your blade in this way, this is where the upper clipper blade is laying. This is where the upper clipper blade is doing at the back. This is the center of the blade. You can see it in that way. When you check for the upper clipper blade, this is where the upper clipper blade is laying. On top of the bottom clipper blade, this is where it's laying on top of the back of the blade. You see now, this is the center. You see it in this way. So now it is compulsory now in this tutorial that if you want to start your sharpening, you place your thumb by the center of the blade for the bottom clipper blade until you achieve your aim. Why is it compulsory? What can make it be like that? What are the reasons? What has happened? What makes you to place your thumb by the center? What is the result you are expecting? Can it work? After the sharpening, if you test, are you be able to get the better result as usual, or it's going to fail you? Those are the reasons why I'm telling you that if somebody just base on just to say, I want to sharp only to train on the sharpening, you did not find all these theories. What do I mean by theories? What are the things that can cause the blade not to work when a sharpening is finished? What are the things that can cause my thumb to put errors on the sharpening of the clipper blade? What are the things surrounding the stone to make my sharpening not be effective and tested is 0/100? What are the reasons? What are the causes? We have many things surrounding all these things I'm saying. And I always say it. If you don't understand all these things surrounding the sharpening, you can never sharpen for a long period of time. You may see somebody to teach you. Under 1 week, 2 weeks, you know it, you'll be sharpening. But the moment error begin to shoot out, that is the end of the show. You are going to fall. And once you fall, you may likely not to stand up again because you don't know your way out. I want to operate the fan. The heat is coming little by little. Many people think sharpening of the clipper blade is just a minor work. It's a very, very big mistake. You think it's a minor job. It's a minor thing. You can just undo anyhow. I go to the market and buy stone. I sharpen it, or somebody help me to fashion it out. I started sharpening different type of clipper blade. You may get it right. I used to say it. I'm not arguing. They may teach you under 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, you get it right. But once you don't know the things surrounding the sharpening, you will still fall back again. You must fall. It's not a cause. Because when trouble begin to shoot out, different type of sharpening troubles, different type of sharpening clipper blade errors, different type of sharpening stone surfaces error, different type of positioning the top of the back of blade errors, different type of the clipper blade that have been sharpened by somebody before, not get it right. They now brought it to you. There was a day somebody came to me, brought 10 sets of clipper blades, sharpened by another person, another barber. They all did not work. The person now packed the blade to me that, please help me, Oga. I was directed to you that you can clear all these faults. Any amount you want to take, I will give it to you. How will I be able to know where the error is? Those are the troubleshooting out to. Those are the places where people get problems in sharpening of the clipper blade. Before you can take yourself as a champion, before you can take yourself, you can consider yourself as a master, Before you can stand up in public that bring your clipper blade, I want to sharpen it. You make an advertisement on the media, on the internet. People you don't know at all, you don't know their work, you don't know where they are saying. Different people are coming to you, bringing the different type of clipper blades. Can you be able to fight all these things out to satisfy everybody without any complaint? At the end of the day, each of them will laugh away from your shop and go to their offices, to their homes. Those are the areas where the problem is. That is why I advise many people, if you have interest in sharpening of the clipper blade, subscribe to my channel. I'm begging you, subscribe to my channel. You are going to see all the secrets, because I will be picking them one by one and be explaining, give full explanatory on them. You have to understand it. You can sharpen your clipper blade by the center. You start by the center, you finish by the center, and it's going to work fine. But it's not applicable to hot blades. It's not applicable to all type of clipper blades. Not all. But condition can make you to sharpen by the center. You start your sharpening by the center. You'll be checking one by one after the other, till you get it right. You always place your thumb by the center of the blade, the upper and the bottom clipper blade, and you get your sharpening correct, 100% okay. And when you test it, it has to be normal. Now, I want to follow it in a way for you to understand it very well, so that I want to break it into pieces. I want to break it into pieces. And my explanation now will affect the stone. It will affect the stone. I will talk about the stone where the error can come, that can make you to sharpen your clipper blade by the center. I will talk about the thumb, the way you place your thumb on the back of blade, that can make that kind of error to come for you to, who want to resharpen it, or if it's you again that want to resharpen it, you must place your thumb by the center throughout. And the fault can come from the blade, whether somebody has sharpened it before, getting it wrong. You now try it now, you tested it, you confirm that the problem is there. How will you be able to solve the problem? You discover it's putting your thumb by the center of the blade. See that problem I'm talking about now? You can contact that problem in 3 ways. You can contact the problem through the surface of the stone. That is number 1. You can contact the problem through your placing of the top or the back of the blade. That is number 2. Number 3, the blade can carry the problem come. Maybe somebody has sharpened it before and it has developed that error. That person clear it. He or she was unable to do it. They now brought the clipper blade to you. Those are the 3 places you can, that kind of error can occur, where you can get it from. And once you get it, how are you going to correct each one? This sharpening of clipper blade deal with sense. You have to sit down and think. That is why it's compulsory for you to know much about the studying of the inner surface of the blade. You know, when I sharpen once, when I want to check, I clean the surface, I now watch. I take it closer to the screen. I now be using my pointer to touch. Look at this side. This side is dark, which means any area that is dark is deeper. Any area that's bring out shiny area deeply, that area is ill. Where that black area is down, the stone has not touched it. I continue saying that is what they call studying of the inner surface of upper and the bottom clipper blade in sharpening feed. Many people don't know. They just believe you just be sharpening, you test. You'll be mistakenly at times. You just sharpen it correct. And luckily, you have not go far, you tested, you say, hey, it's working fine, no, and you continue using it. How did you come to realize that you have sharpened it, reach a state where you're supposed to test? You just mistakenly sharpen and it was correct. But when they say, okay, go and beat test of clipper blade again, sharpen it the way you have sharpened it before to get it, you can't get it 10 again. That is where the problem used to come. You see, before you can be placing your thumb at the center of the blade to correct the stone or to sharpen the blade, I will first explain on the stone. And I will show you one stone now. It's a small stone. I'm even happy I have not corrected the error. I will show you from here now. I want to clean this stone for me to see that error. I will show you the error used to come through the stone. The error used to come through the stone. I want to fashion this thing out. Then I will now show you number one of the place where you can contact the error. You see this stone surface now, this area is deep. Who used this stone last was using the center. Therefore, we have hill surrounding this valley area. You see, this area is down totally. It's down totally, it's deep. But this is an hill surrounding this deep area. If you want to test it now, I will test it for you to see. Let us apply oil on the surface of this one. That is why I'm telling you that sharpening of clipper blade deal with sense. It's a wider field, which many people don't know. They just look it common. Many people look it common, especially barbers. They look it common. Those who really go for sharpening of clipper blade, they know what I'm saying. They don't know how to barb. They just went and learned the way to sharpen clipper blade. Those are the people that can really understand what I'm fashioning out. Many barbers cannot even understand it. If you want to learn how to sharpen clipper blade, you come to my shop. After I teach you finish, you must have to come with a notebook and biro. You will be coming for almost a month. I'll be giving you lecture, different type of lectures, which means we are very close to each other. And if you are not very close to each other, I will be putting them in writing, texting them to you. Or I will be telling you that anytime you have problem, be practicing always. Either you have work to do in hand, you don't have to be practicing. Any error you are getting, let me know. I'll not be correcting you. You can't get all at once. You see now, I've applied oil on the surface of this. I want to apply oil, then I want to test for this one, whether this one surface is flat, whether it's not flat. Let us put this one on top now. Watch now. What can you see? What can you see now? Where is touching the stone, where is not touching? This is the area that is touching the stone. See the shallow area here, big river. You can see it. So this kind of stone now, if you use it to sharpen clipper blade, it's going to give you that kind of error that will later result you to place your thumb by the center of the blade from here to set for sharpening. I will prove it to you now. I will prove it to you. Let me first clean the surface. I will prove it to you. And you will really understand me. I will prove it to you. Let me clean this center first. You see where the hole is. The oil doesn't touch here before. It's slippery to that area. This area, the oil doesn't touch it before because this one is down. All this area is in. Now, I will take it closer to the camera. Assuming you want to use this stone to sharp, let us watch carefully. You now put your blade on top like this. You put your blade on top. You are moving your blade up and down. Let us watch carefully. Anybody that can observe very well, you can observe very well. Where do you think this stone will be sharpening on the surface of the blade? Is it the two sides or the center? Is stone touching the center of the blade? This is the center of the stone. Oh, it is downhill. It is a river here. Shallow area. This one is it touching the stone. This one is it touching the stone. And you put your clipper blade on top, sharpening. You did not know. Or at times, this hole may not come at once. It will be coming gradually. It has formed already, but it has not shown clearly. You are now using it to sharpen clipper blade. Going to and fro. Which area do you think the blade will be sharpening? Let us look, check it very well now. Observe. This is a very good example. Very, very good example. See hole in the center of the stone. Plenty hole. This hole may show, you can see it properly, and at times it may be faint that the owner may not even take note. This one has deep in very well. Some has not deep in very well, so that the owner cannot even know at all there is hole. Unless a professional, somebody who knows. You are now using this type of stone to sharpen clipper. As you are going to and fro like this, your stone will be sharpening only the side of the blade. Let me show you now. See where the oil is. By the side here, no oil by the center. The stone is not touching here at all. It's not touching the center of the blade. As it's not touching the center of the blade here, this place will be going down, this place will be going down. It will now form heel by the center of this blade. This area, the stone is not touched at all. This area is going down, sharpening. This area is going down, sharpening. This one will come and heal. This one will slope down. This one will slope down. Now, when you put this blade on top of the stone, you can see the space by the side here. You can see the space by the side here. Here will be very, very close to the stone because this one is not touched by the stone at all. When you put it on the normal stone, that is very, very flat, on the flat object like iron, flat bar, only the center will be touching the stone. This side I've chopped up, this side I've chopped up. It will not get chest. This one is chest out. The stone, the inner surface of the blade has chest out. This side goes down, this side goes down, the center remains as it is. So this is the type of error you can develop from this kind of stone. Exactly, this is a very, very good example. Very, very good example. Can you see it in this way? But this one has deepened very well. That is why we see it. When it's newly formed, you cannot see it. Only the expert can see it. Only the expert. That is why I'm saying, as you are studying the inner surface of the blade, you are sharpening. At the same time, you study the inner surface of the stone, you are sharpening. You are using. And if you don't know the system of using your stone, this is the kind of problem it's going to give out. When some people put hand by only the center sharpening, it gives this kind of result. Let me show you here. Let me shift the camera, or let me reset this camera very well. I want you to really understand what I'm saying. I want to zoom out. Let's leave it in that way. What can I use to demarcate on this thing? Okay, I'm coming. Let us use this white powder. I prefer to waste it for you to understand it. I prefer to waste a little there so that this white powder will show on the surface. It will show. My temple is dry up. It will say the temple is not dry up. I could have used the temple, but that's dry up. The water inside has dry up. Okay, there's another thing I can still do again. I'm coming. There's one other thing I can still do to show this thing properly. Yeah, there's one thing I can do. I'm coming. This is what's not working fine. Let me use my hand for it. Let me use my hand to trim it, whether it's going to look fine. Let me use my hand to trim it. Let me be showing it to you so that I can be seeing what I'm doing. Let me showing it out. Yeah, I will get it right. I trust myself. I will get it right. Because anything I want to know, I must have to know it. Because I don't rush. What I want to show you now, if to say I get tempo is the best, but as there's no tempo, we still need to use another method. This is a very, very good example. Very, very good example. Yeah, I'm getting it right. This is the center of the stone. Yeah, very, very nice. You can see it now. You see this area of the paper you are watching now. That is the area that goes down inside the stone. This area of the paper, that is where the river is. So all this surrounding, now let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, all this surrounding area is ill. That is the problem that I used to call when you see some people, they place their blade by the center. I did this tutorial now. They place their blade by the center. See it, they start their sharpening from here. they close it here, they will not even reach the side. They sharpen in between this rectangular area, this small area. That is the area they will be moving their hand in the center. So when they newly buy the stone, it will be working fine. It will be working. To say the stone is good, they are sharpening it correctly for them. When they start from the center, it will be working. When they start only the center, it will be working. But under 2 weeks, 3 weeks, highest 4 weeks, this center will be going down, and the person will not know, because you will not take your eyes to see it immediately. And immediately the level has changed with all this area, the surrounding areas. Let me place it very well. All the surrounding areas now, immediately the level has changed. When you are sharpening clipper now, you put your clipper on top. This white area is a river. It's a shallow area. The stone, the blade will not touch the stone there. It is only the side. This side you are seeing now. Look at the side. It's only the side here that the stone will be chopping. It will not leave the center of the blade untouched. And as he leave the center of the blade untouched, the blade will now chest out. The right side will go down, the left side of the blade will go down, the center will now come up. That is chest out error. You see it? That is chest out error. Let us put it into writing again, so that you will really understand what I'm trying to fashion out. That is why I'm telling you that sharpening of clipper blade is a wider fit, depending on the way you can apply your senses on it. Depending on the way you can apply your sense. I will draw it for you now. We see it. Yeah. This is the stone. I don't know whether the camera can pick it. Yes, the camera can pick it. You can zoom out to see it properly. This is the stone. This is the shape of the stone. Let me check it again whether the camera can pick it. Yes, the camera can pick it. The camera can pick it. This is the shape of the stone. Person sharpening not reach here. When he start the sharpening from here, you see now, reaches here. He did not finish the sharpening for up here. He didn't finish the sharpening for up here. At the same time, it's not touching the side here. It's not touching the side here. When you now see the shape now, look at the shape in form of oval, like egg shape. It will not be in this form. This center now is O. When you continue sharpening there almost every day by day, before a month now, this area has developed a shallow area. It's not the same level with this white area. This area is shaded. It's a very good example. And that stone to have shown is a very good example. You see it now, it's now being this way. So when you put your blade on top, you put your blade on top like this, the center of blade will not touch here, because here is down. It will only be touching this up here. Mistakenly you reach here, you can sharpen small. But it's not moving down here, it's not moving up. It's sharpening between the center. I've seen many people like that. I've seen many people sharpening in that style. They put their everything in the center. Later now, before a month or two now, they will now see big O here. The next thing the stone will be chopping, they are only the side of the blade. Let me draw the blade down again for us to understand what I'm saying. To say this is the upper clipper blade. This is the inside. I'm showing you the inner view of it. This is the hole, the first hole. This is the second hole. You can see it. My drawing is not so much good. Let us manage it. This is where the teeth is. You see the teeth here? This is where the teeth is. So when you place this kind of blade on this time gun, it will be always sharpening this side. This area is shade. At the same time, let me see whether it's showing. Yeah, it's not showing where it's showing like this. It will be always sharpening this side. This area is shaded. You see it? It will leave the center untouched. Because this chest now directly to the center of this shallow area. This side now, this side you are watching directly on top of this area. The other side you are watching here directly on top of this area. So here will remain untouched. This area will remain untouched. This area will remain untouched. You only sharpen the side, you sharpen the side. Here will be an hill. This one will be a slope area, slope area. This one is a hill. That is the way this kind of problem can come through the surface of the stone. And you can see now, let me remove the pointers. Let me remove the blade. And you can see now, see the center, see this white paper. That is the area the person is sharpening almost every day by day. Now, this area, white area has developed, a big, it's not a lagoon. They say pieces of water surrounded by land. That's a lagoon. It has formed a lagoon. A pieces of water surrounded by land. I don't know whether I'm correct. A pieces of water surrounded by land. Now look at this one. Now let's say the site has broken off. Look at this one. When you divide it into two, this is half part of it. When you divide this O into two in this way, you divide it into two, this is half of it. You can see it clearly like this. This is half of it. Your stone can make your blade be in that way. That is number one. I pull that one out for you to know that everything I'm doing, I have reason for doing it. Anything I say, I have reason for saying it. I don't just give tutorial anyhow. That is number one. Secondly, let's take away the white paper now. The surface is now flattened again. No complaint on the surface now. No complaint. This is, they say, assuming this is a good stone, there's no error there. This is a good stone without error. It's error free. Let me return this one back to make the surface neat. Let me return to where I picked them so that everywhere will be clear. We can see what we are talking about. You can see what we are talking about. Let me arrange them well again. Yeah, very, very neat like this. I don't know whether we can see it in this way. Let me reset my camera again. You must have to see it properly. You must have to see it. You must have to see it properly. Yeah. Now, in the second instance, the second way you can develop that kind of error is through the sharpening. That is putting your thumb on the back of the blade. Putting your thumb by the back of the blade. Hope you can see it in this way. You know the first method I say you divide your blade into two. You divide it into four. You divide it into two. You divide it into four. You place your thumb here. You place your thumb here. You know I normally say it. When you want to place your thumb, let it be on top of the blade. Don't fall it towards the side. Watch carefully. Don't fall your thumb towards the edge of the blade like this. You now press the edge of the blade down, this edge. You press it down. It's abnormal. You place your thumb directly on the back of the blade. Directly on the back. Not to fall slopey to the edge of the blade. Watch carefully. Watch what I'm saying. That is why I'm saying sharpening of the clipper blade deal with sense. You deal with sense. If you don't know how to position your thumb very well, you'll be getting error almost every day and you get confused. The work will now tire you. And when you don't see anybody to assist you, to enlighten you all the mistakes you are making to put you on the road, you find the work very, very difficult to do. You'll not be looking those people sharpening. When you see them, when you see professional sharpening, you'll not be saying like they are doing magic. Some people came to my shop, they say this one you are doing is magic. They said they've tried this thing many times, it doesn't work. You just do it under a minute or two. You say we test it's working. This one is magic. Is the way you know the way to control your thumb. Let me still show it again. This is the center of the blade. You divide the blade into two. You want to place your thumb here. You place it directly on the surface. See the way I place it down? Not like this. Some people will press like this. Press this edge of the blade against the super hard manner serpentine stone surface. It's abnormal. See thumb like this. Here now, apply too much pressure here to press the edge of the blade downward on top of the stone. About 70% pressure apply to this area. Then now leave the 30 remaining pressure towards the center here. It's wrong. Very, very wrong. The way you should apply your pressure, the pressure have to come directly from up. Directly, your thumb have to come directly. See the way my thumb, you see, you place it like this, not like this, not like this. When you press towards the front, you are going to be sharpening the center. Only the center you are sharpening. When you press it in this way, you are sharpening the center of the blade, not here. When you divide the blade into two, you are not sharpening this full area. You are sharpening only the center. When you mount the edge of your, so let me see whether the camera can pick it. Yeah, you can pick it. When you mount your pressure, look at my thumb very well. You mount the edge of this blade, the fingernail on the center like this. You pin it down. You are sharpening the center, not this full area. You want it to sharpen the full area. You make the surface flat. How can you make this surface flat? Is to place your thumb completely on it like this. Completely, don't press like this, don't press back. Completely on top. You now let your thumb falls to a little first towards the edge of the blade. That is normal way to position your thumb on the back of the blade. Once you go front too much, you are sharpening the center. Once you go back too much, you are sharpening the edge of the blade. And the way the problem used to come is when you press, look at this joint. You press this joint down on the blade than this front or the center here, which means when you are going to and fro, you'll be sharpening this edge of the blade here. The pressure, much pressure will apply on this edge. Much pressure will apply on this edge. So when you sharpen finish, you are going to leave this center. You just touch it faintly. You touch here about 95%. You touch here about 95%. The center now will be about 5%, which means this area is going to be a heel area, very heel area. Go up. It will not slope down here, slope down here. Therefore, this is chest out error. Chest out. The chest of the blade is going to come out. Chest of the blade is going to come out. This place will go down. This place will go down. That is number 2. Don't forget, the number 1 we talk about is the center of the stone. Somebody using the center of the stone to sharpen always. So the center have developed, or a very good example again is a sharpening stone you collected from carpenter people. You know this, their chisel. This is the way that they will hold it. But only the center. The chisel that they use for the wood. They don't move from here to here. They sharpen their instrument within the center of the stone. So when you collect stone from carpenter, furniture people, that is the shape we are going to see there. The center will go down. And if to say the newly they use the stone, it has not shown very well. When the back collected that kind of thing, you may not think the hole is there. But for a professional, you get the way you test. That is why I have did many tutorials on how to test for the surface of the stone. That is why I always say it. Go back and watch my videos. Anybody that really want to understand everything pertaining to the sharpening of the stone, sharpening of the clipper, go back and watch different type of my videos. Many secrets are there. You cannot bring them at once on one video. These things are logics. You see, you want to sharpen blade, you put it on the stone. You now rub it in this way on a good stone. You now discover that it's only the center touching the stone. That is chest out error. This side is not touching, this side is not touching, only the center of the blade is touching the stone. You can get that kind of error through the surface of the stone, dipping area by the center. That is lagoon error. When the center of the stone is down, this side is heel, this side is heel, down here is heel, upper here is heel. That is a lagoon, a piece of water surrounded by land. When you pour water there, the water is going to stay by that center. That is number 1 way. Number 2 is the way you apply pressure at the back of your blade. That is number 2. How you can, that kind of error can occur, where you can get it. That is number 2. Number 3 is somebody brought the clipper to you. You don't know how manage the sharpening, but when you test it, you discover that this side is down, this side is down, the center is up. Those are the 3 ways. Those are the 3 ways you can get that kind of error. Then how you going? You have seen the error now. We have seen it. How do we know that the error is here? I've told you where you can acquire the error, where the error can come from. In 3 places: from the surface of the stone, by the pressing your thumb or the back of the blade, applying pressure. That is number 2. Then a clipper blade that carries that error, they brought it to you. You don't know anything about it, they just brought it to you to help us sharpen it. Those are the 3 ways. Whether they use it on ground, whether they use sharpening stone, whatever they use, you do not know. They just brought it to you. You discover that the center is up, the 2 sides are down. Then if you still want to test, you take the clipper blade of the same type. That is, you even take name one. If to say this one is tapper clipper blade, you find a clipper blade that is new. It may not be this maker, but the same thicker blade like this. You now take it to face each other. You rub it. When you rub it, now you check. You will discover that the blade you want to test for, it will only be rubbing by the center here. This area will not touch. This area will not touch. You have discovered it in that way. Or you put it on a very flat stone. You don't apply any chemical. You just see the way I hold the blade. See, you not press it by side. You hold it the way I hold it like this. You just drag it. You take it up. You will discover that it's only the center that's touching the stone. This side will not touch. This side will not touch. Those are the ways you can test to know that this blade is carrying chest out error. The center is only touching the stone. This side here is not. You will not press here, press here. You carry it the same way. Just put it. You just drag it. You just drag it like this for about 6 or 7 times. You open it. You will discover that it's only the center that's touching the stone. This side is not touching. This side is not touching. Only the center here is touching the stone. That is the best way to check. And when you have checked, you have seen it that it's chest out error. The side is down, the other side is down. It's only the center that is up. This area is up like this. This area has fall down, this area has fall down. You're getting the error now by testing. Then how can you know how to correct this kind of error? There are some people, when they see error, they don't know. They continue sharpening. They will just only be testing, put it on the clipper blade. It's not working. It's not working. They did not try to discover what makes the clipper blade not to work. Those are the areas. That is where we know the professionals. The professional doesn't mind whether the blade is cut or not cut. He's going to find out what makes the blade not to work. At times, you sharpen your clipper blade correctly, you mount it on the clipper, it's working. You check the mouth of the clipper. If the mouth of the clipper is not tight, the rod that enter inside the upper clipper blade here, if the rod is loose inside the hole, it will not cut. If the edge of the rod that enters inside this small blade, let me open it, that enters here through the back. If it doesn't fool this space very well and press this blade down accordingly, the clipper blade will not work. And those who don't know, when you don't know how to test your clipper with hand like this, you just sharpen the blade, finish, you mount it on the clipper edge, you continue sharpening. You can sharpen that clipper blade 100 times because of the rod is not tight. It doesn't come out very well. That is why the error is. What you are sharpening is right, but you don't know how to test. So when you bring clipper blade to me, when I sharpen it, I use my hand to test, to confirm. Once I discover what I've done is correct, put it in your clipper. If it's not working, go and check your clipper. If argument is too much, we take another new clipper. I have clippers here. I remove one blade, put it there, we test it. It's working fine. Give me my money, Oga. The blade is working. Go and check your clipper. Those are the areas you want to be sharpening clippers for commercial. You don't know all these tricks, logics. At times you sharpen your clipper blade correctly. When they know that you don't know how to test, they will be bringing bad clipper for you. When you sharpen it, finish, they know that it's working. They will just say, test it, it's not working. The amount of clipper is not good. They won't pay anything. When they reach up that, they now remove the blade, put it in the normal clipper. It's going to work fine. You work and lose. So how are you going to correct this kind of chest out error? Let us put the blade at the back of the on top of the stone. The way they sharpen, whoever get that kind of stone, when you use small blade on it, the same error will be there. When you use button clipper blade on it, you sharpen it on it, the same error will be there. So when you now mount the upper clipper blade on top of the bottom clipper blade, now you now discover that, let me bring back big here. You now discover that, let me give you move closer. From this area like this, from this area is not touching at all with the bottom clipper blade. From this area now to the other side here, if you check here, they are not contacting at all. It's not working. Only the center touch each other. When you test now, the center will be working. When you put here, there to be cutting here, but from here to here, it's not cutting. From here to here, it's not cutting. Then how are you going to correct the error so that you will not take style to spoil the clay, the blade again? Is to put your thumb by the center of the blade, only the center, and you let it come straight from her. You go to and fro, but you will not be counting many numbers. You know that this area is up, this area is down, this area is down. When you go like 10 times, you won't apply too much pressure. Just little by little, you'll be going by the center. You will not think, not know any place again than center. Only the center of the blade like this. When you go like 5 times, you go this one 5 times again, you check. That is how you go. When you test again, you see that the space reduced. You still go, you go count the number of 5 again by the center. You count this one 5 times again by the center. You will check it again. You will not rush. That's why I'm telling you that sharpening of clipper blade, deal with sense, and you need to settle down. You need to get patient. You don't rush because you are trying to take out the error. When you press too much, it's going to develop another error again. Then you'll be sharpening 5 times. You'll be checking. You will see that the hole will be reducing. That gap will be reducing. You still go 5 times here, 5 times here. You will check again. You check. You clean your blade. You check. Okay. You go 5 times again. You go for 5 times again. You take your eyes to check. If you see that you take it close to your eyes, you can't see anywhere again. You begin to the test. When you are testing like this, you test. I will show you one thing. You continue testing. After you lift it up, number one thing that will make you to see something is that this area now, you will see faint. No, this one will be deep. The color of this area will be deep. Then the black in this area will be faint. Which means the center is getting nearer to make the same level with this side and this side. Then you go 5 times again for upper, you go 5 times again for down, you test it again. When you put it that testing again, you now discover that the color here is a little bit different to this area to this area. You go 5 times again. It's a slow job. You won't rush. 5 times again. You check. When you now check, you see that after the checking, you get the same type of result you're supposed to get. You have corrected it. It's a work of sense. This side is down, this side is down. You are bringing the center down little by little. You place your thumb by the center only. Then you won't count long number like 40, 50. When you count like 40, 50, it's going to result into this thing. I'm very happy. This blade doesn't match. Let me test it now. You see what the result that's going to give you again. If you overcount, it's going to develop into another error again. Which means, before, only the center is touching. I think I want you to follow me up well. Only the center of the blade is working before it's touching each other. You continue reducing the center, but you mistakenly count long number, like 40 times, 30 times. When you now test now, you now discover that the center has entered inside again. What is it going to give you? It gives you this kind of error again. This side will be touching, the center will go down again. If you count long number, this is what it's going to result to. The center will go down. Here we touch. But when you begin to count lower number, like 4 times, 5 times, highest, 3 times, you continue counting like that, it will be reducing small until the level is okay. You now stop it. You have connected it. When you overcount, it's going to result in this kind of error. See it? The side will touch again, the side will touch, the center will go down. When you overcount. When you overcount. But if you don't overcount, gradually the center will be going down, going to meet the level of these two sides. Small, 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 small. As you just count 1, 2, it reaches. When you test that, you see that the black area cover up. You have corrected it. So that is the only way you can use to correct it. That is the only way. Even if you use sharper. That is why I'm telling you that using of sharper and super advanced sharpening stone carry the same logics. If you want to sharpen this kind of that kind of error clipper blade on the sharper, you place your magnetic clipper holder by the center. That the center you used to place it. You now mount your pressure toward the center. You mount your pressure, but if there's no error on the sharpening before on the blade, if the way you take your magnetic clipper blade, it's a different way. When we enter that tutorial, we'll be discussing that one. But when you want to correct that, you press by the center, so that as that disc is rolling, it will be chopping the center excessively, bringing the level down to come and mimic the level of the two sides. That is why I'm telling you that using of the stone, using of the sharper, you use the same logic. But for a person who doesn't know how to use super advanced sharpening stone, only using the sharper may not understand what I'm saying. Or a person using only the stone, don't know anything about sharper, may not understand what I'm saying. But if you see somebody who can use stone very well, like the way I'm using it, and he can use sharper at the same time, you will see that the system of sharper and the stone are the same. The only difference I can see there is rotating of the disc under the blade. You'll be moving your hand to and fro. At the same time, the disc is revolving under the blade again, sharpening in two directions. You'll be going, sharpening. The disc will be rotating under, sharpening. That is the only difference I can see there. Apart from that, I don't see any difference there. You can use clipper blade holder to sharpen. You've used it into our tutorial. Clipper blade holder, you can use it on the super hard manner sharpening stone and sharpen your clipper blade successively. And on the sharper, I have seen some people holding the clipper blade with their hand, sharpening on the disc correctly. I've seen them. Some don't use clipper blade holder. They use their hand to take the blade. They know the way they are doing it, and they sharpen correctly without error. Some use clipper blade holder. Like my own, I cannot take ordinary hand. I can't try it. I can't try it. I use clipper blade holder on it. I've never tried for, and I will never try it to use my hand to peel because it be getting hot. You can't compare it with a super hard manner sharpening stone. When you sharpen finish, at times the blade gets hot, especially when you are correcting error. You continue sharpening, pressing it. The disc will be vibrating on the inner surface of the blade. The two big what they call it. The clipper blade will be getting hot. And if you are ordinary have to take it, I can't endure it. It's better I use my magnetic clipper blade holder. You see it? So our tutorial today, don't forget, what makes us to place our thumb by the center of the blade for sharpening. Those are the 3 ways the error can come that make you to place your thumb by the center of the blade from beginning to the end for correcting the blade to the normal position. That is why I'm telling you that sharpening of clipper blade is logical. It's by tricks. So if you only depend on saying you just want to be sharpening only, you don't want to know all these things, you will sharpen, you will tire. Then you'll be carrying many errors out. Because these are logics. You are using a surface. You want to, another wonderful thing there, you want to sharpen here. You want to use this one to sharpen, you now close it to each other. You can't see the inside of where you are sharpening. Don't you know that everything to do with sense? It's not like cutlass. I know it's not like a knife or a cutlass. A cutlass now, you take your, I'm coming. Okay, I'm coming. To say it is a cutlass now, this is your cutlass, this is your file. Where you are sharpening, Let me bring a knife. I'm coming so that we make this in clear where you can be able to understand it. We'll be giving ourselves samples so that you can be able to understand what exactly I want to fashion out. You want to sharpen your knife. This is a knife. This is a file. This is a file. You see where you put your file now? You are looking at the area you are sharpening. You see it in this way. You are looking at the area you are sharpening. You see it. You can see whether the what they call it, the file is working on it very well. So you are looking at it. You want to sharpen the other side. You turn it. You are sharpening. But with the case of the blade, let me show you very well. Oh. You want to sharpen the inner side of this one. This area I'm touching. You want to sharpen the inside. The whole area. You want to sharpen them flat and shiny. Then you want to use the surface of the stone. You now use the surface of this one to block this one. Can you see the inside again? And you say you want to sharpen it. Can you see the inside of this blade again when you have taken it on top? You cannot see it. So from there, sense have to tell us that you need to use your common sense to control this thing before it can sharpen correctly. It's work of sense. It is work of sense. Really sense. Which person have to sit down and think over it very well. You think. From this, you're thinking, memorizing, you can be able to be detecting when this one is up. I use a clipper blade to brush each other. You rub it very well. You now discover that the center is touching. The center is touching here. The side is not touching. What might be the problem? Which means this center is up. This side come down, the other side center here comes out again. That is why I took the two to face each other, rubbing it. Only the center is touching. These two sides are not touching. What can cause it? This side is up. Then if you want this side, if you want the blade to work, you have to reduce this center. This one that goes up, you have to file it down well so that it's come and meet the level of these two sides. Systematically, you'll be sharpening it systematically, logically, slowly, so that the level will not still pass the level of these two sides to develop another error again. You now be taking it down small. You continue repeating it at lower number 3 times, 2 times, 1 time, 4 times, highest 5 times. You will now be seeing the difference coming to meet the level of the two sides, little by little. Immediately you apply, you go 2 times like this, you see that the color are the same, you leave it like that, it's okay. You have gotten it okay like that. Don't do it again. When you test now, you run it, you test, it's going to work fine. So you have corrected the error. So likewise, when you have seen it like this, you want to use a stone to correct it, you have known that this is already the higher area. That is the area you mount your pressure on. So that when you are going to and fro, it is only the center that will be chopping. Now coming to meet the level of the two sides. You win it all like that. It's not more than that. So that is why we need to apply our senses very well. If you base only on, say, put your something on the stone and be sharpening every day without knowing all these kind of things, you can't go far. So if you have any question for me, I'm waiting for question to answer. If there's no question for me, we bring the tutorial to an end. We bring the tutorial to the finishing. We have tried for today. We have tried. We have tried a lot for today. So if there's no question, we call it today. Thank you. Till tomorrow again.